this video, we're going to go over metric conversion. So in the metric system, you always have how you're measuring. Like maybe you're talking about you have this paper clip, and you want to know the length of it. So you might say this is like 1.2 centimeters. I'm making this up. I don't have an actual paper clip. I don't know if that's how long they are. But, okay. This is telling you what kind of measurement. So this is meters, so this is length. And this is giving you a tens multiplier. So centi is your tens multiplier here, and centi means, so this is centi, which means 10 to the negative second. We have other ones. We have like decimeters, which would be 10 to the negative 1 meters. We have kilometers or kilometers, which is 10 to the third meters, etc. So you can find a list of these on the internet very easily, but you've got the base unit and then you've got a multiplier up front. If it has a negative exponent, then that means it's smaller than your actual base unit. If it has a positive, then it's bigger. So what centimeters means is it's a meter divided into 100 pieces. So think of this as 10 to the negative 2 is really like 1 over 10 to the second, which is 1 over 100. So if I say a centimeter instead of 10 to the negative 2 meters, 1/100th of a meter. So that is a centimeter. If I said kilometer, that's like saying 10 to the third meters or 1,000 meters. Let's say I want to take that 1.2 centimeters and I say, well, how many kilometers is that? So I use this thing called the make-a-date rule. So I write down my original value, 1.2 centimeters, and then I do my railroad tracks for dimensional analysis. I take my unit here and put it on the bottom so it will eventually cancel. And what I want, I put on the top, kilometers. Now, this has a kilo on the top but no kilo on the bottom. Right now, this is not your unit converter. We've talked in other videos about how you need whatever this fraction is to technically be equal to 1. You need the same thing on the top and bottom. If I put centikilometers and kilocentimeters, then I've got the same thing top and bottom. But that's not really going to do any good. Because I'm still going to be left with, if I do this, my centimeters canceled, my kilo, and I still have centimeters. So this won't work. But let me rewrite and show you what I can do instead. So technically, this has the same thing on top and bottom. It's got centi times kilo times meters. Kilo times centi times meters. Centi means 10 to the negative 2, and kilo means 10 to the third. I've now written kilo on top and bottom and centi top and bottom, but my units can cancel, and I'm left only with kilometers like what I want. So eventually I've got just numbers and my final unit left. I do 1.2 times 10 to the negative second divided by 10 to the third. This is going to be 1.2 times 10 to the negative second. Since I'm dividing by the third, then I subtract 3. So this is 1.2 times 10 to the negative fifth kilometers. Let's say we have 35 meters cubed, and we want to convert this to liters. So this is measuring volume. You can either have length cubed, you've probably seen that in math class when you did like length times the width times the height. Makes you think of that. So volume is liters, which is generally what we use in metric. This is going to be more like solids and gases. This is gases or liquids are generally in the liters. This is gases or solids in the meters cubed. One thing we need to know to convert between these two is 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter. So if we want to go from meters cubed, we're going to need to get to centimeters cubed, to get to milliliters, to get to liters. So I'll show you how to do it. So we have 35 meters cubed, and then start your conversions. Now I know that I can go from meters to centimeters by saying, okay, well centi is 10 to the negative 2, so this is technically centimeters, centimeters. But these aren't cubed. This won't work. What I need to do is, so I'm going to do a little extra work over here. 10 to the negative 2 meters. This is the same thing top and bottom. If I cube everything, then it's still the same thing top and bottom. This is going to be centimeters cubed over 10 to the negative 6 meters cubed. So this is actually 10 to the negative 6 meters cubed. So I don't want this. I cubed that. Once I'm in centimeters cubed, I know that 1 centimeter cubed is the same thing as 1 milliliter. Then I can get rid of milliliters and go to liters. I need the same thing top and bottom. I'm missing a milli up here. So the milli means 10 to the negative 3. So I put that there. Meters cubed, centimeters cubed, milliliters, milliliters. So on the top and the bottom, it'll cancel. This is going to be 35 times 10 to the negative 3 divided by 10 to the negative 6 liters. Same thing as 35 times 10 to the negative 3. Since this is divided by 10 to the negative 6, we're going to subtract that negative 6. If this were multiplying, I would add the negative 6. So it's minus for the division, and then negative because of the sign of my exponent. Negative 3 minus minus becomes plus, so 6. So this is the third liters. There we go.